Video games are more fun than life, and that's the problem with them. I still get flashes of video games, even though I deleted them a long time ago.
I'm gonna ask you a question. What would you rather do? Fly all the way across the world to England and play soccer, or play video games? Easy answer, right? Go to England, travel, get the experiences. Wrong. Let me tell you my story. When I was younger, I would play soccer and I was on this team and we were pretty good. And I remember we got invited to go to England. Like, this was a real thing that happened to me. And I remember going to practice and everyone was talking about it. We were all super excited. Everyone's like, did you sign up? We're going. Let's go. And you know what? I chose to play video games instead. I declined the invitation. I declined the invitation to travel all the way across the world to play soccer in a stadium in front of a bunch of people, and I chose video games instead of soccer. And that's why I believe that video games are so bad. Not because of all like the negative effects on your mental or anything like that. I think they're bad because they make life less enjoyable. And let's do a quick Google search. Quick Google search for the benefits of video games. And the first 3 benefits are problem solving, socializing, and enhances multitasking skills. All right, fair enough, problem solving. I don't really know much about that topic, but socializing, I do know. I used to be pretty good at talking on video games, but when it came to real life, it was a completely different story. I remember I would play games with friends from a different school, and then during gatherings, we would get to see each other for the first time, and it would just be really awkward. I didn't know how to communicate. So I feel like it's a myth that video games improve your social skills. And it's not just me. I've heard so many stories from people online and in real life how video games literally destroyed their social skills. And it's also another thing that with video games, you prefer to socialize on the game instead of in real life. That's why I wanted to play games instead of go to England, because it's way more fun. And it's safer too. Just think about it. It's a lot safer mentally to talk to someone through a screen than to talk to them in real life. And then the third benefit to video games is improves multitasking skills. Oh, okay. But let's do another Google search. Is multitasking good for you? Well, right here, no. It's not good for you. And then let's do another Google search. Is multitasking even possible? Well, you can see for yourself. So these are all of the benefits to video games, and I think that it's all cope. I believe that it's just people making up excuses to play video games, because that's exactly what I did. I used to say, oh, I'm improving my social skills, my teamwork, I'm getting better hand-eye coordination. But you know what else improves your hand-eye coordination? Literally anything else. Anything else you do. You can write, and that improves your hand-eye coordination. You could throw a baseball. That improves your hand-eye coordination. Now you're probably thinking, oh, you just went overboard. You played video games way too long. You were just obsessed over them. You were too addicted. Everything in moderation, right? Well, here's why that's wrong. Because I've seen people who follow the motto, everything in moderation, and they play video games in moderation. But I've seen those same people go travel the world and have great experiences, and they're antsy to get back. They're antsy to get back home and play their game because there's a new update, or they just want to play the game they haven't played in a while. They're at a vacation, having experiences, having fun, except they're not really able to enjoy it to the full capacity because video games are basically dragging their happiness levels up. It makes it so normal real life experiences are not as exciting. And I've seen this in normal people who are not as obsessed to video games as I was. And sure, it's not as bad as how I was experiencing, where I literally wouldn't leave my bed on vacation because I was watching YouTube videos on the video game that I played because I was so miserable that I couldn't play my game. But you get the point. I don't think that there is any benefit to video games. And so the question I have for you is, would you rather play video games or play life? Because in my experience, you cannot play life if you play video games. You're always going to prefer to play a game over do something in real life that would benefit you, like go on a run.